Hello and welcome to Sports 360, your ultimate weekly dose of high-octane sports action and in-depth analysis. This week, we get you all the latest news and updates from Paris Olympics 2024, our special coverage from Ground Zero. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. First up, the cover story of the week. So India's poster boy of athletics, Neeraj Chopra, edged his name in the history books once again by winning the silver medal in javelin throw finals at the Paris Olympics. An achievement which makes him just the fourth Indian ever to win multiple Olympic medals in individual sport, extending his legacy in Indian sporting arena.
India's ace javelin thrower and poster boy of athletics, Neeraj Chopra etched his name in the history books by winning silver medal in the javelin throw final at the Paris Olympics. Neeraj came second best in the final, losing the gold medal to Pakistan's Arshad Nadeem. He had only one clear throw in 6 attempts, but that one throw was enough to win him the Olympic silver medal and further embellish his status in Indian sport. Neeraj came up with the best effort of 89.45 meters throw to claim the silver medal. The event was marked by intense competition, particularly from Nadeem, who emerged as the gold medalist. He threw a distance of 92.97 and in the process also broke the Olympic record.
काफ़ी ज़बरदस्त कंपटीशन था और सभी की परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छी रही है। ओलंपिक का जो है रिकॉर्ड हुआ है, तो बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त कंपटीशन था। मतलब वन ऑफ द ग्रेट कंपटीशन बोल सकते हैं जेवलिन का।
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also extended his warm wishes to Neeraj Chopra and congratulated him for the silver medal.
धन्यवाद सर।
अपने देश का नाम फिर एक बार रोशन कर दिया
जी।
और पूरा देश, मैं देख रहा था रात को 1 बजे भी करोड़ों लोग आपके तरफ आशा की नजर से देख रहे थे। आप मन में से गोल्ड वगैरह निकाल दीजिए।
हाँ सर, अब तो निकल ही गया वैसे ही।
बहुत बड़ा गोल्ड है।
Celebrations broke out in Neeraj's village in Panipat after the 26-year-old historic triumph. The entire village and even people from neighboring villages celebrated the javelin throwers' victory.
लगातार हम लोगों ने सिल्वर मेडल जीता है, तो ये भी एक बड़ी खुशी की पल है हमारे देश के लिए कि हम लगातार टोक्यो में गोल्ड जीता था और पेरिस में सिल्वर जीत पाए हैं। ये अपने देश के लिए बड़ी खुशी के पल है।
It was a sensational men's final which had a star-studded field of Olympic medalists. As many as 5 throwers went past Neeraj's gold medal mark of 87.58 meter in Tokyo. Grenada's Anderson Peters, a 2-time world champion, clinched the bronze medal with a best effort of 88.54 meters, while Diamond Trophy winner and Tokyo silver medalist Jakub Wadlic finished 4th. With the Paris Olympics silver medal, Neeraj's cabinet now includes Tokyo Olympics gold medal, 2023 World Championships gold, 2022 World Championships silver, second place finish at 2023 Diamond League, first place at 2022 Diamond League, 2022 Asian Games gold medal, 2018 Asian Games gold and 2018 Commonwealth Games gold. Chopra became just the 4th Indian ever to win multiple Olympic medals in individual sport. He also became only the 2nd Indian male athlete to secure 2 Olympic medals. All in all, Neeraj Chopra's silver at the Paris Olympics immortalizes his legacy in the track and field category and in javelin in particular. This achievement has made him the first Indian track and field athlete to claim 2 medals after independence and set an example for budding athletes to follow suit. With Narayan Singh from Paris and Abhishek Mahajan from Panipat, Sports Desk, DD India.
And Harmanpreet Singh converted 2 penalty corners as India beats Spain 2-1 in the men's hockey bronze medal match of Paris Olympics 2024. India thus secured back-to-back medals at the Olympics, having also won bronze in Tokyo 3 years back for the first time in 52 years. The last time India won back-to-back hockey medals at Olympics was in 1968 and 1972. Veteran goalkeeper P.R. Sujesh, who was playing his final match for India, made some extraordinary saves to deny Spanish captain Marc Miralles from the penalty corners. DD India's Narayan Singh spoke to the Indian goalkeeper.
Sujesh, congratulations, a fantastic performance right from the first match. People dominated, missed by the goal by a whisker. But how you look this achievement, winning back-to-back medals in the Olympics?
So it's a great moment because we are going back home with a medal. So that is really important. I've seen people working really hard, struggling. All the athletes in the village, they were all working hard to get a medal for our country. And when we achieved it for our country, it's a great moment.
So when you joined hockey, it was, we can say, the dark days of the Indian hockey, rejection from the Olympics, and after that, not able to win a single match, and now back-to-back medal. How you look this journey of yourself and of Indian hockey?
It's all a process. You can't win an Olympic medal over the night, and we learned, we relearned, we got all the foreign coaches, we established ourselves, we played a lot of matches against all these teams, we lost, we learned from that, we started to change ourselves, and I think the players changed their mentality now. They know what to do to win an international level match and how to beat the top teams, and I think the process made all the changes. We started to believe in ourselves, and we started to dreaming about winning continuous medals in Olympic as well.
You're living on a high. It's rare that a sports person living on a high note. So the sports person who are looking up to you, what's your message to them?
Say, just work hard and keep your dream high to become an Olympic medalist. Not dream about becoming an Olympian. Dream about becoming an Olympics medalist. That's really important. Thank you.
Bye. So think big, dream high. This is the message from Srijesh, and definitely to fill the shoes of Srijesh will be a big task for the Indian hockey. But as we know that there is a plethora of talent in India, definitely our Indian hockey team.
All right, we'll cut across live to Timor-Leste now. Secretary East Jaideep Majumdar, Ministry of External Affairs, is briefing
sitting on the dais with me, Sri Jaideep Majumdar, Secretary East, Ministry of External Affairs. Sri Ajay Singh, Press Secretary to the President of India. Sri Sandeep Chakravarti, the Ambassador of India to Indonesia and Timor-Leste. And Mr. Ashish Sinha, Joint Secretary, Southern Division, Ministry of External Affairs. With this brief introduction, now I request Secretary East to brief the media on the visit.
Thank you, Rajesh, and a very good evening to all of you. As you know, Rashtrapati Ji is on a visit to 3 countries. This leg was the last leg of her visit. She has earlier been to Fiji and then to New Zealand. And this is a state visit to the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste. And this is the first ever visit at the level of head of state or head of government from India to Timor-Leste, and therefore its crucial significance. Rashtrapati Ji's visit is very timely and, as I said, of great significance. As one of the first countries to recognize Timor-Leste upon her gaining independence, India and Timor-Leste have enjoyed warm relations and a developmental partnership over many years that will now be given fresh impetus through this visit. As you know, bilateral exchanges between India and Timor-Leste have gained momentum in recent times. President Horta visited India earlier this year. In January, he was there in Gujarat at the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, where he met Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi on the margins of that summit. Timor-Leste has been a participant in both the virtual summits of the Voice of the Global South that have been held so far, and we look forward to her participation in the 3rd such summit in a week's time. During the ASEAN-India Summit in September 2023, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi had announced the opening of India's resident mission in Timor-Leste, and subsequently Timor-Leste has also conveyed a decision to open a resident mission in Delhi. With the reciprocal opening of resident missions in each other's countries, the so-called Delhi Connect will go stronger. ASEAN is a crucial pillar in India's Act East policy, and in the light of ASEAN's decision to admit Timor-Leste as its 11th member, our relationship with Timor-Leste will only gain greater significance. Timor-Leste is a young and vibrant democracy. The warm and cordial relationship between our 2 countries is anchored on shared commitments to upholding democracy, inclusiveness, and plurality. Upon her arrival today morning at the airport in Delhi, Rashtrapati Ji was warmly received by President of Timor-Leste, His Excellency Mr. Jose Ramos Horta himself, along with Prime Minister, Minister Coordinator for Economic Affairs, Minister of Tourism and Environment, Mr. Francisco Calbuadi Ley, also Vice Prime Minister, Minister Coordinator for Rural Development and Community Housing, Mariano Sabino Lopez, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation, Mr. Bendito dos Santos Freitas, and Minister of Education, Ms. Dulce de Jesus Suarez. School children in big numbers welcomed Rashtrapati Ji by waving flags of India and Timor-Leste all along the way. Rashtrapati Ji was subsequently accorded a ceremonial welcome with full state honors and a 21-gun salute at the Presidential Palace, where she was greeted again by the President. In her bilateral meeting with President Horta, the two leaders discussed ways of strengthening bilateral cooperation in areas such as the digital field, in health and pharmaceuticals, agriculture, and human resources capacity building. President Horta bestowed upon Rashtrapati Ji the Grand Collar of the Order of Timor-Leste, the decoration of the highest category within this order. The decoration is exclusively reserved for heads of states, symbolizing the nation's highest recognition for significant and exceptional merit. President Horta also hosted a state banquet in honor of Rashtrapati Ji, which was attended by the members of the cabinet, eminent citizens of Timor-Leste, and members of the diplomatic corps, apart from the Prime Minister. In her discussions with the Timorese Prime Minister, His Excellency Mr. Zanana Guzmão, Rashtrapati Ji noted that the reciprocal decision to open resident missions in the respective countries would bring the two countries much closer. Rashtrapati Ji witnessed the exchange of 3 MOUs, the first on cultural exchanges, the second on cooperation and collaboration between Prasar Bharati of India and Radio and Television of Timor-Leste in the field of broadcasting, and a third on exemption from visa requirements for holders of diplomatic and official passports. In a warm gesture of friendship, Rashtrapati Ji participated in a public conversation with President Horta on the Horta Show. President Horta asked Rashtrapati Ji questions on several topics, including her journey to becoming the President of India, the initiatives championed by her towards empowerment of tribal communities, and advice to women aspiring for leadership roles. Rashtrapati Ji also interacted with the Indian community and Friends of India at a community reception. Rashtrapati Ji lauded the small but dynamic Indian community and urged them to continue contributing to strengthening India-Timor-Leste ties. Rashtrapati Ji will fly back to India tomorrow morning. There is no doubt that this highest level visit ever from India to Timor-Leste has put our relationship on a significantly higher plane, with new opportunities for partnering Timor-Leste in areas such as the digital economy, health, agricultural development, and human capacity building. It was clear from the conversations between the President and His Excellency President Horta and Prime Minister Guzmão that India is a partner of choice for Timor-Leste. If there are any questions, I would be happy to respond.
मैं अभिषेक हूँ सर डीडी न्यूज़ से। और सर राष्ट्रपति का ये पहला विजिट है या कहें पहला स्टेट विजिट है इस कंट्री के लिए, बायलैटरल रिलेशंस पे क्या इम्पैक्ट देखते हैं सर, इसका क्या असर पड़ेगा?
जैसे मैंने कहा, जो वार्तालाप हुई है तो उसमें डिजिटल इकोनॉमी पे एम्फेसिस दिया गया है, हेल्थ एंड फार्मास्यूटिकल्स पे, एग्रीकल्चर पे, ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेज कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग में, ये सारे एरियाज ऑफ प्रायोरिटी है टिमोर लेस्टे के लिए, और इसीलिए वो चाहते हैं कि भारत के साथ इन सारे एरियाज में ज़्यादा कोऑपरेशन और असिस्टेंस मिले।
सर एक चीज़ हमने और देखा आज राष्ट्रपति के साथ यहाँ के राष्ट्रपति होता जी का एक होता शो जो था, ये एक अलग ही फॉर्मेट दिखा, इसके बारे में और कुछ बता सकते हैं सर?
तो ये उनके अपने एक सोशल मीडिया प्रोग्राम है जो बहुत ही पॉपुलर है। मैंने सुना है हमारे राजदूत ने बताया कि ये तिमोर लेस्टे में काफ़ी पॉपुलर है, बहुत लोग इसको देखते हैं। तो ये अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी था कि हमारे राष्ट्रपति जी उनके शो पे आए और बहुत इनफॉर्मली बात किए, और इससे मेरे ख्याल से एक डिप्लोमेटिक एक एडवांटेज भी है कि लोगों के पास जाए और ऐसे इनफॉर्मल कॉन्वर्सेशन हुए बिटवीन टू प्रेसिडेंट्स। तो ये ज़रूर एक नया चीज़ है और इससे लोगों काफ़ी प्रभावित हुए।
सर आपने 3 MOU की बात की जो 2 कंट्री के बीच में हुआ है, इसके बारे में और थोड़ा डिटेल्स बता सकते हैं सर?
तो एक तो MOU कल्चरल कोऑपरेशन है जिसके अंदर आदान प्रदान होंगे, कल्चरल ट्रूप्स के एक्सचेंजेस होंगे। दूसरा है रिगार्डिंग डिप्लोमेटिक एंड ऑफिशियल पासपोर्ट्स। अब से दोनों देशों के डिप्लोमेट्स और ऑफिशियल्स को वीज़ा नहीं लेना पड़ेगा एक दूसरे देश में जाने का। और तीसरा है प्रसार भारती और उनके रेडियो टेलीविज़न के ब्रॉडकास्टिंग प्रोग्राम एक्सचेंज के ऊपर है।
Good evening, sir. This is Sri Sai from All India Radio. Sir, my question is, how does Timor-Leste fit into India's Act East policy and the Indo-Pacific? The second one is, considering Timor-Leste strategic location, is there any strategic angle to this India-Timor-Leste relation? And were there any discussions on defense cooperation? And my third one is, in the IT and digital space, the digitization and all the digital payments, are there any concrete deliverables from India in the next 1 year? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So firstly, as I mentioned, Timor-Leste is about to become the 11th member state of ASEAN. And as you know, ASEAN is the center of our Act East policy. We set enormous importance in our relationship with ASEAN. So as an incoming member of ASEAN, the importance of Timor-Leste in our relationship also becomes much more important. Apart from the bilaterally very close relations that we have always enjoyed. On your question about defense, yes, there was some discussion. There have been Timor-Leste defense personnel who have been to India over the years in different programs that we undertake. We have also offered, if they want to have anything specialized training program, we could tailor make such training programs for them. In the area of domain awareness also, there was some discussion if they need any assistance in terms of unregulated fishing, illegal fishing in their waters, if they need any assistance in that regard, and also marine pollution assistance in countering marine pollution. So these were the broad areas of in the area of defense and security that was discussed. On IT and digital payments, there was considerable interest displayed from the Timor-Leste side to our UPI and other digital public infrastructure projects. And a digital payment system, a pilot of a digital payment system is something that could be considered in the next year or so.
सर, भारत क्वाड का भी मेंबर है, आसियान का भी है, अब तिमोर लेस्टे आसियान का भी मेंबर बनने जा रहे हैं। ऐसे में इस तिमोर लेस्टे के बनने से स्ट्रेटेजिकली भारत के लिए कितना इम्पोर्टेंस है सर, आसियान का मेंबर बनने से?
देखिए, हम ये विजिट जो है बायलैटरल विजिट है, जिसमें हम लोग बायलैटरली क्या कर सकते हैं, तिमोर लेस्टे की क्या ज़रूरत है, उसके ऊपर ज़्यादातर फोकस हुआ है. In terms of strategic, of course, every member is part of every member state of ASEAN is an important state for us in terms of our strategic relationship with the region. लेकिन ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है कि क्वाड और आसियान का कोई कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन है, हम नहीं सोचते हैं ऐसा।
Sir, President Horta in the press statement had mentioned that both Timor-Leste and India stand with a shared value for, or a shared idea of reform of multilateral institutions for global peace and security. So has there been any discussion on the reforms in UNSC that India has been proposing?
Timor-Leste has traditionally, and it was again reiterated today, that they support India's claim to be a rightful member of an expanded UN Security Council. And that was reiterated today several times, and it was emphasized from the leadership of Timor-Leste that a country of almost 1.5 billion people, which has such a large footprint on the world today, cannot be ignored, and that India has to be on the Expanded Security Council. As regards trade and other matters, multilateral financial institutions and trade institutions, it was discussed at both the meetings that there is a requirement for the voice of the developing countries to be reflected. And the voice of the Global South is one way in which India and Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi has tried to coalesce the voice of the developing countries in order to reflect it in whatever outcomes came out of the G20. And this is now a continuing process for us, and Timor-Leste is also a very enthusiastic partner in this. They have always participated in this, and they have promised that they will also participate in the future Voice of the Global South Summit.
एक लास्ट सवाल, राष्ट्रपति महोदया को आज एक अवार्ड भी दिया गया, कितना बड़ा सम्मान मानते हैं इसे, इस अवार्ड के बारे में कुछ बता सकते हैं?
जी, so this is the highest level of award जो टिमोर लेस्टे दूसरे देश के हेड ऑफ स्टेट को देते हैं। ये एक बहुत ही बड़ी सम्मान है, और ये राष्ट्रपति जी के पूरे contribution, her status, her stature, and her contribution to empowerment of people, and her role as a symbol for those who aspire to rise above their limitations or their backgrounds in order to come to high office in this way. So that is a recognition of her signal achievement throughout her life and her career. So it was a very, it was a great honor to be bestowed this particular award, and it has been given in the past only to a few heads of state, so it was a really big honor. Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. The briefing is over.
All right, we were getting you the MEA briefing live. Jaideep Majumdar, Secretary, said that India and Timor-Leste has enjoyed warm relations, and this visit will provide further momentum to the relations. Delhi and Delhi Connect will go stronger. Timor-Leste is a young and vibrant democracy, he said. And during ASEAN 2023, PM Modi announced a resident mission in Delhi, and reciprocal mission in Delhi was announced by Timor-Leste. He also said that upon visit, President Draupadi Murmu was warmly received by President, Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Minister of Education of Timor-Leste. Schools children also waved flags, and in her bilateral meeting, areas to strengthen cooperation was discussed, along with health, technology, capacity building. Highest recognition for significant merit, which is highest civilian award, was bestowed to President Draupadi Murmu, and President participated in Horta show and was asked questions regarding her journey and advice to women in leadership positions. Visit has put the relations on a higher plane. He also said that India is a partner of choice for Timor-Leste. He also spoke about 3 MOUs, cultural cooperation, diplomatic and official passports, and Prasar Bharati and radio television broadcasting exchange programs. So he also said that Timor-Leste, about to become 11th member state of ASEAN, as an incoming member of the ASEAN, there is a huge significance of Timor-Leste. So this was primarily the gist of what he said, and we'll have a detailed story in our subsequent bulletins. All right, that's all we have in this edition, but do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. And we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD. I'm Abhishek. Stay healthy and keep cheering your favorite athletes in Paris Olympics 2024. Namaskar.
The one common theme between all